Well, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly reading. This is for the month of September. We're going to do a general reading, a love reading, and a spiritual reading. There will be timestamps in the description box below. So, general we'll do first. Let's see what we have for you, Scorpio, for September. We have servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And you know what about this, Scorpio? I feel like this is leaking into other areas of your life, even your love life as well. I just get that feeling that you're just very open. This is like with no expectations. There's no expectations to your kindness, to your loving aura, to your giving, to you being worried about others. Man holding a coin. Broken heart, deception and envy, which is the 7 of swords in this deck. Rejoice and celebration, that's the 3 of cups. And the 9 of wands, which is spiritual strength. It's interesting, Scorpio. I feel like in September your well-being is sound. It's like you're humble for some reason. This is almost like I don't want to create struggles where there are none. This is so interesting. Because it just feels very humble. It's like you either been through something, or people have been lying, or you've been sort of trying to cover up your feelings or be someone else. To like not get hurt or to not fall into a trap, like having your guard up. That's what I'll say. It's like having your guard up, realizing that you're in a safe space and not having your guard up anymore. It's like instead of physically blocking yourself off or saying things or doing things that are not really you, you're like trusting in spirit, trusting in the process, having more trust in spiritual energy. So letting yourself be vulnerable and open and being like, okay, I don't have to struggle to find my space or for people to like me. I'm just gonna be me. And if people don't like it, or people make fun of it, or people say it's not good enough, then that's fine. That's what I'm getting. It's like if you're going to break your own heart by being someone else and it doesn't work out, it would be better to be yourself and then have it not work out, because at least you were yourself. Interesting though. Page of Swords, Hierophant, 10 of Coins, 4 of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Death, 6 of Wands. Just because it's in the reversal doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to read it that way. I just want to say that. Oh, 6 of Wands, yeah. So like I said, this is about approval. It's like approval from others, what other people think, how other people see you. Yeah. And in the center, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. And this is definitely feeling insecure about who you are, how you're showing yourself, or how you present to others. Yeah, this is going to be probably really specific, because I see someone that has adopted this kind of persona. Like, this is how I do things. This is how how it goes. This is how I am. Maybe even based on religion, or even based on how your family has grown. Okay. But then I see here that there's a bit of insecurity about you wanting to be someone else or do something else. But it's easier to follow the rules because you can avoid criticism. It's interesting because it's like you are starting to see this. There's something about you following the normal grain, like how you normally do things, how you normally say things, and then thinking like, how am I going to be able to do this for a long time? Like, how am I going to be able to keep this persona up when I feel like I want to do something else or be something else? Yeah, it's like this feeling like you've given so much of yourself, or did everything this certain way, but you don't feel, I don't know if I want to say the word vindicated, but it's like you're not feeling like it is adding up to anything for you. There's a lot of feeling of you looking at the future and being like, is this going to work for my future? It's like you're not, I can feel from these cards, it's like you're not happy doing the same thing. And it's interesting because it's like it has worked. It's not like it hasn't worked. It's just that you're starting to see that you are just a different person. Yeah. You're just a different person. And the future path that you're on, or what you said you'd always do, or whatever, it just doesn't seem to fit you anymore. And this could be with work as well. Like you had this plan. You've probably been doing it for 10 years. And you're like, I don't know if this is exactly what I want to do anymore. But it's kind of the plan I chose for myself. And I feel like there's a fear of diverting from that, but also there's a fear of not, and then being stuck here, and then being at the end and not being happy. So in September, there's a really big focus on your stability, and this is family, friends, job. You know, it's like, does this really make me happy? Is this where I really want to be? It's a snapshot of your life as it is, and being like, is this what I want for myself? You know, is there more that I could strive for if I just believed in myself more, if I just trusted the process, if I was strong enough to deal with criticism or ridicule or whatever. This is interesting because this is like the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. It's like there's some sort of encounter. Or you could be talking to a friend that is a water sign as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And they're like, this is like a person saying, I know you could be happier. It's like something tugs at your insecurities, or something that makes you feel vulnerable. Within your pocket of structure. So this is like, let's say you're a diehard Catholic. This is an example. And you meet someone who is, I don't know, non-denominational or Mormon or something. And they have a conversation with you and they trip you up. And you're like, that's a good question. I don't know why I'm this. Well, I don't know why I chose this. I don't know why I have this path. That's what it feels like. And you're like, well, is this what I really want to do, or is this what I always have done? And I feel like increasingly, the more and more you think about it, the more and more you feel lost. Like the more and more you think of the future, the more and more you're like, oh, I need to figure this out. It's very specific energy. Yeah. It's like you find out something is missing from your everyday life, but it's like it has to do with your free will, like a free will choice that you could change. Something's making you question that, and you don't know if you want to continue to nurture this direction forever. For a lot of you, this is a job, but yeah, very vulnerable heart for you this month, excuse me. Yeah, so there's a feeling of being stuck, but also having responsibilities or maybe contracts that you have to follow. So you're like putting your happiness on pause, but you know what you want to do. It's like you've already started the process of changing things, whether it's the idea space. You know, at first we have to think of something and then we feel it and we take action, all that kind of thing. But I feel like it is sort of planting a seed in your mind, even though you know that you have responsibilities. Yeah, especially with the death card in reverse, I feel like you're sitting on this information for now. Yeah, you're not really doing anything, Scorpio, but you're sitting on it. You're assessing your direction and where you put your energy quietly, or maybe with someone you can trust. It's more about your path, not how someone else sees your path, but how you want to see it, how you feel it should go. This is a decision and choice about your future. And this isn't you making a decision like, okay, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. This is more like restructuring of the whole plan. So let's say you wanted to go to school to be a doctor. And right now you're in like your second year or something of pre-med. And you're thinking, do I really want to be a doctor? Or do I really want to be a pediatrician like I said I wanted to do? Maybe I want to be a podiatrist. Maybe I want to be a pediatrician. Did I say pediatrician? I think I did. Maybe I want to be a surgeon. You know, maybe I want to like specify in something else that I originally had planned. I see like this being a whole change in, okay, I'm going from pediatrics to optometry or something. You know, because everybody told me the money was in pediatrics, but I'd rather be an optometrist. It's more like that. Like maybe you really have a thing for like glasses or something. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, well, that would make more sense, right? That's what it feels like to me. But I see because you have responsibilities or contracts or something like that, you can't really make any moves right now. But you're making some sort of plan for the future for sure. Okay, let's get into your love life, Scorpio. Alright, Scorpio, your love reading. First, we start off with Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of a return. There's some more of that lovely energy you're bringing in September. Religious factors, past life relationship, dreams coming true, which is the Nine of Cups in this deck. Blossom, which is the Judgment, I believe. And helpless and hopeless, which is the Eight of Swords. It's like you're connecting with someone from your past. And this is not necessarily someone that has gone away and come back. This could be like a partner that you have, and you're just reconnecting with how you used to be, or how things used to be. Yeah. It's like reconnecting with what really matters, with just reconnecting with that person again, you know? That's what you've decided. You've decided that would be great. So I'm going to do it. That's what it looks like. Okay. And it's interesting because it looks like you know that you could get hurt along the way, or, you know, like feel some type of way about things. But instead of getting angry or shutting down, it's like you're like, okay, this is just a part of the process. I'm not going to get mad. You know, yeah. Okay. So Judgment, Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, Six of Coins, Four of Cups, Star, Nine of Wands, Six of Wands, Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah, this definitely feels like a rekindlement of love. It's not that it had gone away. It's like a deeper connection, you know. It definitely seems like there's some sort of disconnect or isolation from one or the other, and a needing to get that back together. Okay, so it feels like there's a love here, especially with the Four of Cups being in the center. There is a love here, but someone is distant. Okay, and it could just be because both of you had your own lives or own situations. You know, like we get stuck in our own process, right? That sometimes we not take the other person for granted, but yes, you know. So that's what I'm seeing here. It's everybody just kind of getting stuck in their own ego, their own things, and love kind of took a backseat, or emotion kind of took a backseat. There could have been like a moment that you had that triggers this. But there is definitely something that triggers it because of the Judgment. I'm going to pull and see if I can get anything. But the Judgment brings attention to the situation. You know, it gives this the fuel, the purpose for you to act on it, to change, you know, to transform. And I feel like you have that in your mind, you know. Like, I'm willing to give my all, and I know you'll give it as well, you know. It's more like, Scorpio, you're taking the leap, kind of like the leap of faith here, okay? It could be that the person you're dealing with, they might have ego problems, or they might get hurt really easily, or be kind of sensitive, it looks like. Even if it comes out in an angry way, they're still a little bit sensitive. Or sometimes they can get butt hurt, let's be honest. So, yeah, it's about keeping it together. Let me see what triggers this. Oh, okay. So there is a feeling of like emotional dissatisfaction creeping up into this relationship. Okay. And you're like, I'm not happy. You're not happy. We got to work on this. We can't just keep going in this destructive manner. Like, there has to be some sort of change. Okay. I get it. Yeah. So you're making a decision to really give it your all. You know, it's almost like, you know, this is what you want to keep around. You know, this is what you want. Yeah, so you're making it happen. You're making the right decisions and the right choices to keep things going at the even keel that it should be. And I feel like they're seeing it. They may be a little bit distant at first. I feel like it's that ego, you know, like that vulnerability playing with them. They're seeing it and they understand, but this is a process with the star in reverse. So don't get uninspired by their lack of action. Keep in mind, Scorpio, that this is a choice you're making, right? So you have to stick with it and be consistent. But I don't see anything bad. I see it more being their ego. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, it's their ego. They're being childish. For the most part. Insecure. you know, looking for criticism, scared of rejection, that type of thing. So I feel like this is the thing, Scorpio. You're keeping in you're going to have moments of disappointment, okay? And I feel like you're keeping it in because you're thinking about the larger goal, the end goal. The whole thing here is to recharge this relationship. And I feel like there's still love here, right? There's no doubt about that. There's a connection between you two. Or, you know, paperwork. Like you're married, you know. So, yeah. You're taking... It's so interesting. I've never felt your energy like this. It's like you're putting your walls down. You don't have them up when it comes to this person. You're not. You're trying to be... I feel a sense of vulnerability. Like you're making the choice to be vulnerable to this person so they can... And they feel confident. I feel like they feel confident by you doing that. Yeah. The more that you put your walls down, the more they put their walls down. Interesting. Yeah. You kind of got this middle ground energy. It's like you come when you're called. And that sounds... Not that you're like following this person around, but it's like if they need you, you're not doubting, you're not questioning things, there are no rules, you're just doing it how you feel. Yeah, you're just doing it how you feel. It's like a sense of vulnerability. You're not worried about being hurt or who's doing what and who's doing this. Yeah, they see you. They see what you're offering. Yeah, they're opening their eyes slowly. Let me see what the future holds. I'm just curious. I think I went too far in the future. So, what I see here is, because there's free will here, there is no definite answer. I'll say that, Scorpio. But I see you being consistent with this because it's something that you believe in, you know. Eventually, I feel like it becomes a sort of routine, and you feel as though they're not giving as much as you are giving, okay? Like there's a problem with balance, or feeling like you're always doing this, or the power dynamics are off. And it's like you get angry or pull back. It's either one of the two. And I feel like they start waiting on you. Yeah, there's like a trying to get power dynamics back. And it's like they're waiting on you to come back. And then they realize how much they miss you and kind of get it together, right? So that's what I see for your future. But, you know, things can change here. All right, let's get into your spiritual reading, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, here is your spiritual reading. So let's see. Man. Okay. And clouds. What's interesting about this, Scorpio, is I see you using your power and action for good. taking action is just taking action. But I feel like you're using it for a good cause, for something that you believe in, something that you want to keep around. It's like when you're using the law of attraction to get something that's really for you. Not just like, I want to be rich, I want to be a billionaire so I don't have to work or something. Like, this is like you, like, I want to attract a healthy, balanced relationship. Like something grounded almost. Not fantasy, if that makes any sense. I feel a lot of growth in here too. Like, as you go through the process of you taking action wisely, you're like readjusting. There's a lot of knowledge and growth and becoming more connected with reality, I guess. I don't know, it's like you're being more realistic, more grounded. Yeah, this is definitely a new phase, new beginning, new changes. It's like you're forgiving yourself and others for the past and you're just moving on. Like, it's more spiritually connected, It's not for a reason. It's just like, what's the point? Like, this is the right thing to do. It's not for it to be beneficial to you anyway. It's very spiritually connected. Yeah, see? Enlightenment, wisdom. It's like the wisdom of moving on from what doesn't work, from things that you feel like you should do because everyone else does, or hard-headedness that doesn't get you anywhere. I don't know. And what's so interesting about this, Scorpio, is I feel like it opens a lot of doors for you. It opens a lot of doors too. Yeah. You know what I see? I see like a stairway to heaven. Yeah. So fickle mindsets, insecurity, criticism, all of that takes a back seat to making logical decisions for where it is that you want to go. There's a sense of vulnerability. Yeah, these two cards were definitely in your general reading. It's like you're making better choices, not based on your ego or your feelings, but based on what you're trying to accomplish. And like I said, again, there's a sense of vulnerability here. It's like, what doesn't work. So I need to move on from it. I'm the one that's in control. I'm the one that creates. There's very much a law of attraction, manifestation type of energy here. And I feel like continuing on this path kind of manifests your true life. And it's so interesting because you don't even see it happening. It's like it's gradually, like there's steps that's gradually leading you to a sense of where you should be. Like, you'll look up one day in like 6 months and be like, oh, I'm more happy than I was then. All right, I'll shut up. I love you, Scorpio. And I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.